Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's an RPG running on Half-Life 2's source engine. There is nothing quite like it. It's dark, it's gritty, and it depicts a modern gothic atmosphere filled with political intrigue and moral dilemmas that hasn't been seen many worse since. Released all the way back in 2004 amidst a troubled development cycle and a half-finished launch, this game amassed a cult following in the years since, and the dedicated fan base who have been working tirelessly on improving the game, shaving down its rough edges, and adding an incredible amount of polish and content even decades after launch. More than 21 years have passed since its initial release. Seriously, it's legally allowed to drink at this point, and we're still waiting, possibly forever, on an official update or re-release. In the meantime, Bloodlines 2 is expected to come out in October, but official, modernizing support for Bloodlines 1 doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. This is exactly why I'm here, to tell you that you don't need to wait for a big publisher to hand you a new engine or a shiny re-release. Instead, you can roll up your sleeves, dive into the treasure trove of Nexus mods, and together, we'll transform the original game into something that looks and feels like it's generations ahead of the original. There will be two tiers to this installation. The Core Mods version is completely free, minus the game itself of course. In the Core Mods version, you'll install an HD texture revamp, and insanely well-improved facial models, breathing new life into this character-driven experience. The Ray Trace Global Illumination plus Gloom Ambient Occlusion version uses Pascal Glichere's $5 immersive shader that we're gonna get off of Patreon and Discord. I mean, sure, you can just slap GloomAO and ReShade on for free, but it doesn't look quite as nice to me and, well, feels like a half measure.
No more half measures, Walter.
Disclaimer, I am in no way associated with Pascal Glichere or the Marty's Mods PG Hub Discord server. This is not a paid promotion, this is just the best aftermarket shader I've found that does what I want it to do. I'm MF Trisky, and you can come with me as I show you how to breathe new life, or undeath, into the world of darkness and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Hello and welcome to my quick, easy, and painless tutorial on how to remaster Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines in 2025 using 6 to 9 mods. Alright, so to get into this, first you're going to want to download these 6 files. I'll put the link to them in the description. You just go ahead and download those, and then once you have them downloaded, be sure to install them in this order that I have here in this folder. The first one you're going to want to go for is the Unofficial Patch. And just go ahead and run that as per usual. Select your game directory, it might be different from mine. You're going to want the plus patch and the patch extras, because why wouldn't you? One more thing worth noting is that the GOG version of Bloodlines already comes with the Unofficial Patch installed, but you still should head over to Nexus Mods and install the latest version, because that'll just be better for compatibility and whatnot. So go ahead and let that run. Launch the game once before proceeding with the other mods. So there's a massive bug that'll cause crashes if you don't follow this step. You're just going to want to take the trackerscheme.res that you get after you've updated with the unofficial patch. So you go to your root folder, unofficial patch, resource, down here trackerscheme.res. You're going to want to copy that and put it somewhere where you're going to be able to access it again later. It doesn't really matter where. Then you're going to install the HD Overhaul. Go ahead and go over to the VtMB HD Overhaul Complete mod that you downloaded and extracted from its zip file. Go ahead and cut those, or copy them in my case, in case I mess up, and just paste them in your folder as per usual. And then you're going to install this trackerscheme.res over top of the HD Overhaul, because the file that comes with this just doesn't work. The dude's aware of it. I don't know why. Now for mods 3, 4, and 5, we're going to head to our root directory, head to Unofficial Patch, and then copy the files from the materials folder and just paste them over and over. So you do this for 3, replace them all. You do this for 4, replace them all. And you do this for 5. Again, replace them all. Now, for the NPCs Improved mod, you are going to want to go and download each and every one of these manually. You want Chinatown, you want Downtown, you want Hollywood, Other, Santa Monica. The optional files, I mean, if you want to use the Clan Quest mod, then go ahead and get those, or the Final Nights characters, but for vanilla, just go ahead and leave it the way it is. But once you have all of these downloaded, just extract them, and as per the rest, models, materials, once again to your unofficial patch folder, just go ahead, copy and paste them, each one individually, each time. Doesn't really matter which order you do this one in. There. Now, if you don't care about ReShade or RTX or RTGI or anything like that, then you're pretty much done. The only thing I would recommend you download is NoMoreBorder, because Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is a really old game, and it can't figure out borderless. So, all you do is you grab this exe, you download it, you launch it. Doesn't really matter where you keep it, but I'd recommend it's like on your desktop or something. It's an exe, so it doesn't even install. But you run it, and then this window will pop up for you. You just select the application. I already have it saved, but you just go here into your file search. You can go ahead and do it over desktop, it doesn't really matter. Open file location, and you click Vampire. There you go. Display one primary, make it borderless, and that's pretty much it. Now you have a functional version of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Another thing that's very much worth noting is that for some reason, every time you launch the game, you're going to want to go to audio and set it over to half, about, or whatever your preferred volume grade is. I don't know why, but every time you turn off the game and restart it, it's going to reset the audio, so just keep that in mind every time you try to launch it. Now, this one is completely optional. It doesn't really matter if you get this one. This is just my personal preference. You can go ahead and just copy these and paste them, but it's just the Joker mod. It'll let you look like the Joker, as a Brujah specifically. So, if you're into anarchy runs and you want to look like the Joker while you're doing it, go ahead and grab that one. We have one last mod, which is the ReShade mod. And the other two mods, or the other three mods that you're going to want to install, if you fully want to remaster this, are the ReShade mod, the RTGI that you can get for $5 from Pascal Glicher's Patreon. It'll give it. You just you subscribe to the tier. It'll give you a Discord link. Then you can just there we go. It'll take you to this Discord. You go to downloads level 1. And for the version of ReShade that this was set up for, it was 0.19, so we're just going to want to scroll all the way up until we find 0.19. It's going to take a little minute. 2.1, close, very close, there we go, GI beta 0.19. Just go ahead and download that, continue the link, it'll open this up, extract it. Now once you have that file from Glicher, now you're going to want to get ReShade up and running. First thing you're going to want to do is go to that link that I have in the description for the ReShade itself. You're going to want this specific version of it. The newer version doesn't really work. It just straight up doesn't. You browse, you find your vampire.exe in your Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines folder. You check all of these except for Legacy Standard Effects. That's the only one you don't want to go with. You let that install. Shouldn't take long. There we go. It's already done. Now you're going to want to go back to your Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines root directory folder. If I can find it. There it is. You're going to want to go for the ReShade folder. There it is. Double click that. Go for the Bloodlines ReShade over here. And take these files, these configuration settings, copy them, put them in your root directory. Then you're going to want to go to ReShade GI 0.19. You find your ReShade shaders folder. You take these, you copy them, and you paste them as you would. Alright, now we're almost done. The only thing we have to do is actually activate the RTGI that we just paid $5 for. To do that, you're going to go ahead and just press the home key on your keyboard. It's going to bring up this menu. You're going to go ahead and skip the tutorial because it's not going to teach you anything important anyway. You're going to go to the search bar and you're going to type in RTG, RT Global Illumination. Activate that. Go over here to Extended Ray Length Multiplier. Make it to 0.7. Amount of rays you can keep the same, but I'd recommend 4. And for Z thickness, you're going to want to do 0.1. Very important. Now, one more thing we're going to want to activate is we're going to want to go to Gloom, or go to the search bar and type in Gloom. There you have GloomAO, and just go ahead and activate that. We don't need to tweak anything here. It's fine the way it is. But I would recommend setting a hotkey for both of them. Doesn't matter which key it is. I'm going to go ahead and make mine 7. Now you can turn it on and off and see how it compares. This is vanilla, or vanilla with a bunch of different mods, the first 7 I think, and this is with ray tracing turned on. You can notice that the character's skin glows a little bit differently, so the skin is impacted by the lighting around him, as is the entire texture model, and so is pretty much every texture in some way modified by this by the ray traced configuration we have for ReShade. Congratulations, that's going to be pretty much all of it. I know that you might think like, oh well, for $5, is it really worth it? I think so. Just it doesn't make a massive impact, as you can see here. It doesn't completely change the game, but it adds enough shading, enough modern lighting that you'd expect from a modern game. It really is just eye candy compared to that original. If this video was able to help you remaster this timeless classic into something that's pleasing to your spoiled modern eyes, then I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, so you can catch which classic games can be remastered using mods next. Subscribing costs you nothing, helps me out tremendously with the algorithm, and encourages me to keep making more quick, easy, and painless tutorials showing you how to remaster classic titles with newer gen visuals. I'm MF Trisky, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.